Me want justice! Me need justice! Me want justice for my son! Me need ya! Me want help! Me want help! To fight the battle! Now then turn from the little last baby one. Put him in a things to the same dangerous in her this and he harm and he this and he that. Me want justice for him. Police beat him, choose him and he wicked. And I put gun on him. Me want justice. Me tired of hit him a ball for murder. Police out to kill me in a me house. Police pitch me out of me house. Lock me door. Me want justice.
The police come with any warrant to your house?
No a warrant.
The police, them say, who am I in here? Me say, me am my boyfriend. Then take me out of the house. And ask me for my phone. Me say, my phone under a pillow. Then take your phone and take me out of the yard and come out of the gate.
Sita, gunshot. Sita, gunshot. Yeah, police do it, bust up on my shot.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. The videos that you just saw is the edited version of news on TVJ News. Give credit where credit is due. It is of a mother known as Miss Bailey, the girlfriend and also family member of a youth. Government name Junior James, O.C. Shatta or Shatti. He is from Gully Banks. Gully Banks is in Savlamar. Based on information from the police, it is said that on or about a week or so ago, they went on an operation in a Gully Banks. The target of that operation was Shatta or Shatti. When they reached the premises, you know the cliche script, they came under fire, returned bigger fire. After the smoke cleared, Mr. James was seen clutching on to his life and a submachine with 4 rounds left. He was turtle rushed to the hospital. Too late was the call. Some people like them say there are always 3 sides to the story. Mr. James' side, dead man tells no tale. So the mother, family member, girlfriend is speaking on his behalf. So pretty much the mother is saying that the boy is an innocent boy. Him not get no trouble. The police used to target the older son, and now them start upon Junior. Now, when she say target, what does she really mean? Does target mean that them are take set or they are doing their job? Because if you have 2 sons, the junior and the bigger one, and both of them are criminal elements in the same vicinity, come from the same womb, maybe you might want to check yourself. Maybe you might want to check your sons and see that the problem is probably not the police. The problem is that your sons are problem sons, menaces to society. So the mother say, them a take set upon the big son, and now them start take set upon the little son, Junior, or little boy, Junior. But based on the police record, Junior has been criming for in excess of about a decade. He was 35 when he lost his life. So in his early 20s, him a crime. Those crimes from A to Z, including shooting, including murder, including extortion, like me say from A to Z. A to Z mean everything. So he was no saint. He was no altar boy. He was gang affiliated. And that action or those actions came back and haunted him. And even though you and I know that most of the time when we hear that these cliche shootouts, it might not go like that. However, it seems as if it is a dawning of a new day. And what that means is that the police have come to the realization that, listen, no longer are we going to go for these people on a warrant of death. Whenever we are finished our execution of our duty, it is going to be a fatal arrest. We are not going to carry them in. We are going to send them to the maker, the devil, down a hell, in the abyss of hell. And that is exactly what took place. He created hell on earth, and then them gave him back a dose of his own medicine. So when we hear the girlfriend, the family member, I show all sorts of stuff. I put up all sorts of placard and a revolt and a protest. It is all in vain. It is supposed to fall on deaf ears because it is the same way that these people, when them go for them victims, the victim family have a ball and a beg for them life. Such is the case as it pertains to the mother and the family members. There will be no mercy for the merciless. Point blank and period.
We just want to see morning light for this, just to be. So I was just anxious. I was praying all through the night last night, praying to God and knowing I knew that it would reach here, and I know that my brother has to get justice. I'm overjoyed. I'm overjoyed. It's mixed emotions, but overjoyed is at the center of it because I'm just happy, especially with Indicom, that they have been keeping us in the loop. They haven't left us out a bit from the start of the situation up until now, and I am just happy with the work that they have been doing and continue to do. There are 3 babies which have lost a lion in their home. 3 cubs which have lost that loud roar, that power in their home. So hoping.
Indicom has done a great job. Indicom, thank you guys very much. Big up Indicom because just big up Indicom, I tell the truth.
So the next thing that is popping in the news based off the edited version of the videos that you just saw, you heard family member of one, Jermaine Richards, speaking on his behalf, saying that they feel as if they are finally getting justice. When an officer, Corporal Williams, Patrick Williams, it is said that the company, Ribbies, in which he worked for that operates in Kingston and St. Andrew, the management of that company thought that somebody was stealing. So they had a security which they call, that security happens to be an officer of the law. Mr. Williams, his name is. He came in, and when he came in, he decides that he is going to throw out some people out of the company. Based on the information that was first out there, it is said that Mr. Richards was the person that was alleged stealing. However, the facts are that Mr. Richards had nothing to do with it. The company owner and management even spoke out and said that Mr. Richards is a hard-working, honest youth. How did Mr. Richards get caught up? I guess he saw what was happening, thought that there was some sort of injustice, spoke up to that officer, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams decided he was going to take no sorts of talk. Based on the evidence, it is said that him wheel and pop off in police piece and blaze up Mr. Richards a couple of times in him head, splattering out his whole brain. I spoke about it. I show you the owner of a motor vehicle showing Mr. Richards the whole of his thoughts on the back of the hood of his car, or the bonnet of his car, whichever one. Now, since that incident, the family contacted Indicom. The family has been protesting, and justifiably, rightfully so, that they want justice for their family member, Mr. Richards. This happened on January 23rd, 2025. It is now March 12, 2025. So maybe about a month and a half ago, well, people officially, that officer has been charged. That officer was slapped with the whole book, about 6 charges, including the takeaway of that youth and also arguing or abusing a witness that was also there. So his sister, he was not taking any sorts of talk. It is sad when you're a person from the garrison and you go to work, you put in the hard work and dedication, and then you are framed, and even if you had nothing to do with it, you end up losing your life, maybe because you mentioned you saw some sorts of injustice and you spoke out, and that person got into their feelings. So let's talk about the suspect in this, Corporal Patrick Williams. How did he even get into the picture? Because the facts are these, based on court documentation, he was not even working that day. He was called, or he showed up at the premises and decided that he was going to take matters into his own hands. Now, people, remember, this is a man of the law. So therefore, if he was going to come in and intervene and make sure that law was followed, the protocol was followed. Nobody had anything to do with that. But this man came in and acted like a Don. This man came in and acted like he is some sort of enforcer for that company, Reeby's. Well, people, we can come to the assumption that Reeby's hired this man as an enforcer. So Reeby's has to take some sort of accountability for the type of people that they want around them. But this is Jamaica. The bad man culture exists even in our top uptown businesses because they want people to make sure that people don't run in. And I understand that concept. However, this concept did not work to a T. This concept was taken overboard. So what is Reeby's going to do? Is Reeby's going to be sued? Because if I was a family member of those people, I would definitely sue the company for the wrongful death and hiring somebody that is a hindrance, that is a ticking time bomb that exploded in the company and caused this youth his life. So therefore, that person should never be a police. Don't know what is going on with the vetting process as it pertains to the JCF. But to be fair, we can't really blame the JCF for this because people live a double life. They act like they are legal, law-abiding officers. Then on the other hand, they are criminal elements. Such is the case as Mr. Williams. But the question I have to ask is this. How is it that a judge that Williams went in front of at the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Courts gave this man $1 million bail? He is an officer, he should stand for something. For whom much is given, much is expected. But it seems as if whenever you are supposed to be a police, you are held on a lower standard. So the deeds that you do, you will be rewarded in the courts. The body club again, like I say, into effect. Because the fact that this man is putting the JCF in disrepute, the fact that this man is not honoring his job, the fact that this man, a police officer, acting like one of the worst common criminals out there, it speaks volume. But it seems as if everything flies over the head of these judges in Jamaica, and persons that are not supposed to get bail come out on bail. So I say this to say that they are going to do everything to impede the case, impede the court. They are going to be hostile suspect. They are going to do whatever it takes to intimidate the witnesses and make sure that that witness or witnesses don't go to courts, even by default, meaning that they would even take them away to make sure that they stay free. People, something is definitely wrong with the justice system in Jamaica. And we'll see this is going to be a next perfect example, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is an update as it pertains to dancehall artist Squash. Everybody and their mother know that he is locked up in a Chrome Detention Immigration Center that is in Miami. Well, this is just an update based on a conversation that I've had with persons that work with ICE, Homeland Security, the feds. The conversation went to say, and you can read the screenshots of text messages that were sent between me and persons. HSI went to interview Squash about his gang activities. To that I responded, thanks. The person then responded, no problem. I then asked, could you give me more details as to exactly what that means? The person then responded, because of his gang gun involvement, remember I told you they are going to prosecute him federally. They have to do the interview to see what information he will give up. The aim is to get him to flip so they can get more persons prosecuted, more people prosecuted. The text goes on to say HSI is our department that does investigation and prosecute these types of crimes. They want to get more people, not just him. They want the bigger fishes as well. They are the ones that prosecute people who try to smuggle drugs, guns, anything illegal into the country. The text goes on to say, they normally tell you, oh, if you give up or give us some information, I can do something for you. So people, like I said, this is exclusive information. This is not information that is in the Miami Herald. This is not information that is on Yard Hype, that is in the Star, Gleaner, or Observer. This is somebody that works inside, of inside information as to the case as it pertains to Squash. So that makes it very credible information as time will reveal. Now, people, you saw what the text says, and the text speaks volume. HSI is the branch of the government that is investigating him. They have to do with gang activity, smuggling, guns, drugs, weed, whatever the case is. Big, high-profile cases. Squash is considered to be a gangster. Squash is considered to be in the category of a gang leader. So therefore, they think that he knows more than meets the eye. So therefore, they want to dot the I and cross the T. They want any sorts of information that he is willing to give up to help himself. And you know, when it comes to the federal government, they will help you to help yourself. However, if you do not want to assist the government will not assist you. And I am not speaking about financial assistance. I am speaking about get out of jail free card, if at all possible. So when you think about Squash's circumstance, the hell that he will have to face when he goes to Jamaica, which is going to be inevitable. Either way, even if him help, he will not more than likely be out on the streets. However, these people have a way of worming themselves out of every situation. We've seen situation with Squash as it pertains to J-Man when it seems as if it was doom and gloom, when we all thought that Squash was going down with J-Man because based on information that was out there, the motive is because of some rupture that Squash had, and J-Man, being the bad man, defended Squash's behalf. We see that Squash was not even question and answer. Squash was not even arrested. Squash got out scot-free as if he had nothing to do with nothing. An innocent man, altar boy. So when you think about Squash's circumstances in America, the dire strait that he is in because he was caught allegedly with a sawed-off, chip Glock, a whole bunch of problems, including fraudulent marriage, including the fact that he was out on bail for immigration before. So the chances are the fact that he violated that bail, he will never get bail again unless, of course, he can do something that is grace and be amazing to the feds. Now, people like me say, if him go back to Jamaica, which he will eventually, he is going to be facing the opposition. He is going to be facing the police. If he stays in America, which more than likely he will, based on the information that I just gave you, he will be prosecuted federally. Maybe for the crime of fraudulent marriage, definitely for the gun, chip Glock and sawed-off, both illegal, minimum, mandatory 10 years. So fly high or fly low, he is facing a couple of decades. Whose name is he going to call? He is the big fish of all fishes. He is the orca. Everybody else is below him, or at least that is what we think. Maybe he knows bigger people. Maybe he's up there in all sorts of illegal activity with all sorts of cartel. Only time will tell. Will he tell? Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.